Hey guys, it's me, Kim. So, one of you guys suggested I talk about this whole Covington Catholic school situation. I didn't really have a whole lot to say, like, white boys are gonna white boy, honestly. But then I saw a little bit of a clip of that interview that Savannah Guthrie did with the main little white boy, and I was like, oh no. So what we're going to do is I am going to watch the interview live on camera. So look, whenever I do react videos, people are like, let the video play, why are you stopping it? Okay, so the way that this is gonna work is I'm gonna press play and stop it when I have something to say. If you want to watch the entire interview all the way through, I will leave a link below and you can watch it all the way through by yourself without my interjections. But this video is gonna be me reacting to the interview. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So let's get started.
Do you feel from this experience that you owe anybody an apology? Do you see your own fault in any way?
As far as standing there, I had every right to do so. My position is that I was not disrespectful to Mr. Phillips. I respect him. I'd like to talk to him. I mean, in hindsight, I wish we could have walked away and avoided the whole thing. But I can't say that I'm sorry for listening to him and standing there.
This morning, 16-year-old Nick Sandmann standing by his actions in this moment gone viral. The junior at Kentucky's Covington Catholic High School, now the face of this Lincoln Memorial confrontation with Native American elder Nathan Phillips. And what's
I have to say that even watching the replay of that incident makes me so mad. And I've been trying to work through, why does that make you so mad? And it's just indicative of just white male, like the simultaneity of white male victimhood, but also the assertion of white male dominance. I feel like that is what so many people have been reacting to. That's why there's been such an uproar, is because raise your hand if you have been victimized by Regina George, okay? Like, this is a real thing.
What's it been like to be at the center of the storm?
Well, it's weird to see your face on television. I've been reading a lot, and you know, I've also been getting a lot of messages from people, both support and a lot of hateful things.
Sandmann and dozens of his classmates had just finished attending an anti-abortion March for Life rally when they converged with 5 Hebrew Israelites, a radical movement that is growing more militant, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Wait a second. Why are we talking about the Hebrew Israelites? Huh? Wait. I thought that this was a story about Covington Catholic School and their interaction with these Native Americans. Why are we talking about the Hebrew Israelites right now? First of all, and this is just such a reminder of how black people have to know so much about white people, but white people don't really have to know anything about black people. Black people know that the Hebrew Israelites are a cult, like full-blown cult. I used to have a crush in high school on I'm always inappropriately talking about my personal life, and I won't stop now. I used to have a crush on this boy. He went to my church in high school, and then he became an Israelite, and then I did research and I was like, oh, this is a cult. Oh, and then I was like, oh, well, we have to part now, bye. But nobody takes them seriously. So why are we having this discussion when what Nick Sandmann did to Nathan Phillips that's a different thing? This seems like an attempt to scapegoat some weirdo black people when the actual perpetrator is a weirdo white kid.
They started shouting a bunch of, you know, homophobic, racist, derogatory comments at us.
What kinds of things did you hear them say?
I heard them call us incest kids, bigots, racists. They called us
a bunch of
Do any black people work at NBC? No, for real. Seriously. Because there is no reason to set this up using the Hebrew Israelites. There is no reason to do that. The only reason why you would do that is if you are attempting to make a case for why these boys were justified in their behavior. I am blown. I'm blown.
A bunch of child molesting.
Did you feel threatened at all?
I definitely felt threatened.
There were more of you than them, but you felt like they were stronger?
They were a group of adults, and
Ooh, I'm disgusted. Oh my God. Ooh, we do not fuck with Savannah Guthrie. We don't. Because I am so grossed out by this. First of all, not only did Savannah and whoever is the producer for this segment choose to use these weirdo black people that nobody takes seriously. Nobody takes the black Israelites seriously, okay? They're marginalized in the marginalized. One, duh. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, they were completely justified. No, nobody would do that. Two, the way that she is leading him to say, you felt threatened, didn't you? You were scared, didn't you? And then he says, repeats the, I felt threatened. I like doing the exact same thing literally that the police do. Literally using the language that like police use to justify force. That is so gross. Oh, I hate this.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen next.
It's unclear from the videos who actually started the confrontation. Each side believes it was the first to be taunted. Sandmann says his chaperone gave students permission to shout school chants, an attempt, he says, to drown out the Hebrew Israelites. Do you think it was a good idea to start chanting back at the protesters?
In hindsight, I wish we had just found another spot to wait for our buses, but at the time, being positive seemed better than letting them slander us with all of these things. So,
first of all, why does this boy sound like a robot? Are you a real human? Or is somebody like threatening him? Like, why is there no vocal inflection, no facial expression? That is weird as fuck to me. Also, it is also weird as fuck to me that your chaperones, instead of saying, you know what, these are some weirdos, let's go away. Instead of moving away collectively from the weirdos, y'all are going to shout your school cheers at them? Oh, so y'all don't have no sense because the adults don't have no sense. Oh, that's what this is. Y'all are all fucked up. Like, y'all all crazy. Y'all are all dumb. That's what we're dealing with.
I wish we could have walked away.
Did anyone shout any insults back or any racial slurs back at the group?
We're a Catholic school and it's not tolerated. They don't tolerate racism, and none of my classmates are racist people.
Did anyone say, build the wall?
I never heard anyone say build the wall, and I don't think I've seen it in any videos.
After a review of the videos, NBC News could not hear anyone shouting that hot button phrase. But Nathan Phillips claims he heard the teens shout, build.
There's so much training going on, you know? I think one of the reasons why this whole situation makes me so angry is you can see how much work has gone into making this kid who did something that was stupid, right? Like, I don't care. You know, look, I'm not even going to talk about my politics of like forgiveness or whatever, but like, I'm not interested in like ruining this dude's life. I do not care. What I care about is how much work has gone into architecting this sham. This is a fucking sham spectacle. Even down to him saying, I don't remember hearing that in the video, right? That's a PR person who told you, right? Nick sounds like, I'm trying to make sure I get his name right, because you know I'll be making these videos and I always get these people's names wrong. Nick sounds like a robot because he has been rigorously rehearsed and practiced with people who do this for a living. And I actual innocent people. Actual people who need that help will never get the opportunity to rehab their images, to speak for themselves like this. That is what is so upsetting to me. And this is bullshit. Am I gonna make it through this whole video? I don't know.
The wall.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Phillips was with a group of Native Americans coming from an Indigenous Peoples March when he can be seen walking between the students and the protesters.
I intervened, and things just escalated from there.
Phillips says he was trying to diffuse the tense situation. Sandmann says he was confused about Phillips's motives and why he was there.
At first, we were unsure of whether he was trying to join in and drum to our chants or what he was doing.
Did you feel like he was trying to get somewhere else, to go toward the Lincoln Memorial?
I'm not sure where he wanted to go, and if he wanted to walk past me, I would have let him go.
In that moment.
This kid has not blinked. Do you notice he is not blinking? Are you okay, Nick? What's going on? And this is such bullshit. And also, in these videos, it looks like the Native Americans, nobody was walking where they were. So how suddenly did there become a mass of people around the Native Americans and Nathan Phillips? How did that happen? Because it looked like they were just walking through a clear path. So they could have just kept walking. How did this confrontation happen? It happened because some ornery kids decided that they wanted to show out. Ugh. And as always, it comes down to the adults. It's the adults' fault.
He's looking at you, you're looking at him. What's going through your mind?
I wanted the situation to die down.
No, you didn't.
I just wish he would have walked away, but I knew as long as I kept my composure and didn't do anything that he might perceive as aggressive or...
How are you worried about him being aggressive? What? These people were just walking and singing and chanting. And this is why, you know what? This is why I feel no sympathy whatsoever for this kid, this school, these people at all. Not only are they lying, but you're lying and using the textbook. Oh, they were aggressive. I was provoked. I was standing my ground. Like, no, you weren't. There was no reason for that interaction to even occur. And then to pretend like these fucking singing Native Americans, this drumming Native Americans were some sort of threat? Oh, these are the future judges and lawyers and police officers that are going to be terrorizing black people. That's it. And that's why you can't, whatever. I don't even care. Hope your life is ruined. Change your name.
Elevation of the conflict that it would hopefully die.
How did it become a conflict, Nick?
Walk away.
Well, now I wish I would have walked away. I didn't want to be disrespectful to Mr. Phillips and walk away if he was trying to talk to me, but I was surrounded by a lot of people I didn't know that had their phones out, had cameras, and I didn't want to bump into anyone or seem like I was trying to do something.
The center of the firestorm, what critics characterize as a smirk on Sandmann's face, some saying it was an attempt to stare down Phillips. What do you think that looks like?
I see it as a smile saying that this is the best you're going to get out of me. You won't get any further reaction of aggression. And I'm willing to stand here as long as you want to hit this.
There was no aggression. What are you?
Some people see is a young kid with a smirk on his face.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say for people who see that and are making a judgment about who you are?
Well, people have judged me based off one expression, which I wasn't smirking, but people have assumed that's what I have. And they've gone from there to titling me and labeling me as a racist person, someone that's disrespectful to adults, which they've had to assume so many things to get there without consulting anyone that can give them the opposite story.
We looked at that video and thought about how it felt from the other's perspective. In other words, there were a lot of you, a handful of the others. Oh,
this is an important point. We're talking about 6 Native Americans with 50 at least white kids. What aggression are you talking about, Nick? What provocation are you talking about? What are you? This is lies, and it bothers me. And I guess the reason why this is apparently why Savannah's been getting dragged in NBC is because you gave them a platform to spread lies. It's straight ridiculousness.
I think they might have felt threatened by a bunch of young men kind of beating their chests.
I mean, I certainly hope they didn't feel threatened by us. I would just say that the fact remains that they initiated their comments with us. And
who is they?
I mean,
Native
they
Americans
could
are
look
not
at
the
peaceful
Hebrew
response
Israelites.
of school spirit.
Sandmann says he didn't see other students performing what appears to be a tomahawk chop. There's something aggressive about.
Oh, you conveniently did not see the 50 people around you doing the tomahawk chop. Oh, for real? Oh, for real? Okay.
Standing there, standing your ground. You both stood your ground. And it was like a stare down. What do you think of that now when you think about that moment?
Oh, I would say Mr. Phillips had his right to come up to me. I had my right to stay there. Our school was slandered by the African Americans who had called us all sorts of things.
Continually bringing up the Hebrew Israelites is so fucking dumb. I am so blown. But also, did Nathan Phillips come up to him? I don't think that that's how it happened. I don't see that in any of these videos. Look, if y'all saw that in a video, please let me know. Because in these videos, I do not see where I saw the Native Americans just like drumming and walking, and then there's like, suddenly there's a confrontation. Get out the way. Oh, I hate this.
As for those red Make America Great Again hats that some students were wearing, Sandmann says he bought his that day from a street vendor in Washington. Do you think if you weren't wearing that hat, this might not have happened, or it might have been different?
That's possible, but I would have to assume what Mr. Phillips was thinking, and I'd rather let him speak for why he came up to us.
The conflict has caught the president's attention. He tweeted that Sandmann and his classmates were treated unfairly and have become symbols of fake news. Sandmann says he's appreciative of the president's tweets, but all the attention has taken a toll. What's this been like for you and for your family?
It's been terrible. People have threatened our lives.
Yeah, we got to get Trump out of here. We've got to get Trump out of here. Look. I'm not pro Kamala at all, but if it comes to that, I will vote for Kamala Harris 20 times. Let me not put that out there, because then I'm gonna be on some list to be arrested for voter fraud. Donald Trump is the most low character person, not just in the presidency, but I'm not even sure if in real life I have encountered someone with as little character as Donald Trump. It is astonishing to me every single day.
Sandmann says he doesn't want to live his life in fear, and he now hopes to come out of this with a deeper understanding of others.
I have the utmost respect for Mr. Phillips. It's another person that freely used his First Amendment right, and I want to thank him for his military service as well. And I'd certainly like to speak with him.
Well, as mentioned, we've interviewed Mr. Phillips a few times, but we invited him again now in light of this.
I wasn't pissed off. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be sending me stuff just to get mad about. Y'all send me things just so I will be upset. I am upset because there were just so many just typical white racist tropes in that interview. The fact that y'all are teaching your children to be terrorists, to be racist, to be unrepentant about it, it is disgusting to me. Someone sat him down and said, say this, 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 and this. Don't apologize. Repeat this. Talk about the Israelites. Talk about the black people. Stand your ground. Say I was provoked. All that. How disgusting. How disturbing is that? Wow. Wow, we really got to protect ourselves from these people. That is really sociopathic behavior, you guys. It's really wrong. It really freaks me out because that is the most destructive kind of psychological terrorism where you make up a whole new story, you use the dog whistles, and you weasel your way out of it by repeating your talking points. Ooh, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. So my patrons only video is up right now. It is me talking about what I think is going to be a growing divide between black folks with 2 black parents and biracial or multiracial, multi-ethnic black people, biracial people, people with black people with 1 or fewer black parents, right? The divide between mixed people and black people. I don't know how to say it. I'm being politically incorrect right now. Anyways, that's what I talked about over there, what that divide is, why it's happening, the consequences of it for black politics and for black communities and black unity, whatever that is. Shout out to the patrons, by the way. Look, when I decided to take a step back from social media, I was like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna be relevant anymore, like I'm not gonna have anywhere to put my thoughts and nobody's gonna care. But I've gotten so much great feedback from focusing my energy on these videos that I genuinely love to do. We're like really creating a little community here. The Patreon has basically doubled in a month, you guys. That is crazy. I am so appreciative. Thank you so much. Go over there and sign up and take a look at all the extra content, and I'm gonna be adding new perks and all of that. It's really amazing. You know, life is good. That's it. As always, send me an email, leave a comment, buy some merch, sign up for the email newsletter. Bye. Thank you.